Guys, it's super cool because it is the 17th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts 1 releasing in America, not in Japan. They already had their day. But for us Americans who got the superior English version of Kingdom Hearts 1 with extra bosses and stuff, this is our day. So I wanted to make a video detailing my time with the franchise, how I got into it, all that good stuff. So I got all my games right here. We're gonna start off with the original Kingdom Hearts 1. I don't have a box for it. I lost the box eons ago. Who knows where it went? I don't. But I got the disc still. And I'm pretty sure if I dug out my old PS2 and popped this bad boy in, it would still maybe work half the time. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, there's a lot of scratches. Oh wow. Yeah, it might not work. But I got it. So I got into Kingdom Hearts in 2006. So after the second game was already out, my friend Jose, who you know as Riku in our abridged series, out of all people, Jose, who would have thunk? You don't know him that well, but it's weird. Jose, of all people, was the one who brought his version over, and he was like, "Yo, God, check this out! It's got Donald Duck in it," and I was like, "What?" And so I tried it out, and then I really only saw the opening theme song, and then just like dicked around on the islands for a little bit. But I was like, this is a really cool game. This is a good concept. Like I never would have thought about this. Granted, back in that day, I didn't really know Final Fantasy at all, so all the cameos were lost on me. But it was still cool just to have Goofy and Donald on your team. Granted, like I said, I only really got to the island portions. So I never even got to Goofy or Donald. But then my mom got me my own copy. I think it was for my birthday. I'm not entirely sure. But then I played my own copy, and it was really cool. And I got to Halloween Town. I'm pretty sure Halloween Town. I couldn't beat Oogie Boogie, and so I lent my copy to my cousin Andrew, who I don't think he ever finished it. I don't know, but I didn't get it back for like another year. But then I got it back and I just blasted through the rest of the game. I still remember my first time fighting Ansem. It was on a school night, and my brother was like, "Yeah, this is the final boss," because he'd already beaten it. And I was like, "All right, cool. So I just gotta beat Ansem, and then I can go to bed and wake up for school in the morning." And he was like, "Yeah, just one boss." And technically, he's correct. There was just one boss. He neglected to tell me that it was like 7 different rounds. Ansem on the beach, Ansem in the cave, Dark Side, Ansem in outer space. Now he's a spaceship. He didn't say all that, and I died. Well, even dying once kind of sets you back a good half an hour or so. So I was up until like 2 a.m. on a school night trying to beat Ansem, and man, that ending was magical. I still remember that day to this day, and it was fantastic. Right after that, well, the next day I had already gotten Kingdom Hearts 2 by that point, so I started up that guy. But in the meantime, I did get Chain of Memories. I never defeated it on the Game Boy. I could never. I feel like that's the story you hear most of the time. Like, I could never get into the card system. Like, the game was just too weird. I tried it out, then put it back down. And yeah, that's pretty much what it was for me as well. Um, but I did read up on the entire story. I did find like a transcript of it and read it, and Axel was super cool. He was my favorite character in that game, and it was a good story. So I felt like I was robbed of a good story because the gameplay wasn't cool, but I still got to read the story. That was fun. Um, but then Kingdom Hearts 2 comes around, and yeah, I popped this bad boy in the next day after defeating Kingdom Hearts 1. I don't know how long it took me. Honestly, I don't remember my first playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 2. It didn't really leave the same kind of lasting memory that the first game did. Like, this game was kind of like, it was cool, but like, it didn't capture me the way that the first game did. I honestly couldn't tell you any of my uh, initial reactions to some of the plot twists or anything. Like, looking back on it, it's a good game. The gameplay is the best in the series, no doubt. Well, not vanilla because it doesn't have dodge roll. Like, who doesn't have dodge roll? But like, the Roxas prologue is very good writing. I like it. Yeah, it was good. It's definitely a good game. Yeah, I'm not sure how long it took me to defeat it, but I definitely got through it at some point, and I didn't like it as much as the first game, but it was still good. Next is Chain of Memories. I was super stoked when they announced that they were releasing this, because this is what I wanted, because by that point, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix had already been out in Japan. Well, I guess only for a little bit, because this came out in 2008, I guess. Um, but I was super excited because I wanted to play the original game because I never got to play it because I was so bored by it, you know? And then they're like, oh, it's going to come out on the PS2, right? 2, yeah. And I saw the Japanese footage and I was like, I'm going to fight my boy Marluxia. Marluxia's always been my favorite organization member. And yes, when they announced that they were releasing it, I think it was Vexen's voice actor, Derek Stephen Prince, who first like revealed that it was an actual thing. Like someone emailed him or something, or he announced it one day. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it was Derek Stephen Prince. And then I was like, not only is this getting dubbed, but Derek Stephen Prince is playing Vexen. That sounded fantastic to me. So I picked this up. I'm not sure if any of you were uh, around for when this first came out, but there were certain copies that could not save to the memory card. I don't know if it was some memory cards weren't compatible with it, or maybe some discs just fucked up. I don't know. But mine was one of the copies that could not save. I got to the first save room in Traverse Town. It was like, oh, error. And I was just like, bruh, I've been playing for like an hour already. Like, why? So then I had to go get a new. I don't know if I got a new copy of the game or a new memory card, but I had to get one of them, and it was pretty annoying. Um, but yeah, I knocked this guy out in like a week or two. I still really love the story. This game is underrated just because it introduces so many concepts to the series. It introduces Organization 13, replicas, memories, Naminé, Diz. Ryu got his own like playable mode. It was cool. Outside of rehashing all the Disney stuff and the card system and yada yada yada, it's good. And then we get to, I guess you could call it like the second trilogy. The first trilogy is like 1, Memories, and 2. The second trilogy is Days, Birth by Sleep, and Recoded. Days was the first one that came out. This is the only game in the franchise I've only played a single time because I couldn't do it a second time, guys. Like it just hurt my thumbs to play it on the DS, and the story just dragged on. I really tried to play it a second time, but then I turned it like I started it up, and then I was like, oh wait, there's just like hours of tutorials. There's mission after mission after mission of just text cutscenes, doing one or two things, more text, like learning what a limit break is. Like, dude, shut up. And so I couldn't do it. I could never play this game for a second time. The story's phenomenal. I really like the writing for Axel and Saïx and Roxas and Xion. They're all really good characters, and it's a really good story. But I could never play this game for a second time. Maybe if they re-released it like on the Switch or something with better graphics, or not graphics, but gameplay, maybe. But also, I don't want them to just keep remaking games for another decade. That's so dead. But yeah, 358 Days Over 2 was good in terms of story and like writing. But gameplay, nah, I couldn't do it. Fucking Ruler of the Sky, man. Ruler of the Sky. I don't want to even think about it. Next is Birth by Sleep. I don't have a box for that either because I got like the bundle with the PSP, and I'm pretty sure that didn't come with a box. It was just like, it was a big box with a PSP inside. This booklet. Do you guys remember when they used to put booklets inside of video game boxes? Flashback, right? And then it came with the disc, just like kind of like slung in there, flung in there. And so I don't have an actual box for this. I'm lucky I even found it on my shelf. Like it's just covered in dust. Birth by Sleep is my favorite game, I'd say. It's just like it's the first main game that came out after I was already invested in the series. Because again, like when I started Kingdom Hearts 1, it was already 2006. So both 1 and 2 were already out. I was playing catch up. And then this was the first main game that came out after I was now a fan. And I love playing as Terra, Aqua, and Ventus. I mean, yeah, it's kind of annoying playing through the same game 3 times pretty much, but it's whatever. I just had a blast with it. I fucking love Birth by Sleep. Um, Terra and Ven are probably my favorite trio of characters. Um, and I mean, obviously, our first abridged series was Birth by Sleep, and I started to write that like in 2010 after I played this. I was like, I gotta do something with this game. So yeah, I super love Birth by Sleep, and my friend Stefan, he hacked this. Well, I don't know if he hacked this or just my PSP in general, but he gave me the Final Mix version when it came out in Japan, and that was the first Final Mix thing I ever had, and it was Birth by Sleep, and I was like, yo, I can fight Monstro. This is the best day of my life. It's Monstro, right? Fuck Monstro. But yeah, I love Birth by Sleep, and I got this cool little booklet, and games don't do this anymore. Oh my god, it's telling you what an unversed is, and editing the deck, and oh, look at little Ventus, an outgoing and inquisitive boy who holds his Keyblade backhand. His wrist is definitely broken by this point. I don't know, man. Ugh. King Mickey and Terra. A disciplined young man. No, he's pretty stupid. Then is Recoded. No one talks about Recoded, so I won't either. The gameplay was alright. The platforming was actually pretty good. I didn't like the whole little gimmicky world things, like, oh, now it's turn-based, now it's side-scrolling, now it's like a shooter. Like, it was kind of annoying after a little bit, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't awful. This box is in really good condition because I've also only played this once. Although, I did pick it up and just play around the first area at the islands a couple times because the gameplay actually isn't terrible, you know? Like, it's as far as the deck command systems go, like it's pretty streamlined, I'd say. It plays real smoothly. If Days played as smoothly as this game on the DS, I would have probably played it again. Maybe not because of the whole tutorial section and mission-based structure. It's not really fun, but it's something. Yeah, so next is Dream Drop Distance. My friend Stefan, whom I mentioned, who hacked my PSP to give me Final Mix, I lent Dream Drop to him, and then he lost it, so I just don't have that game at all. I thought I just lent him the cartridge, but I can't find the actual box anywhere either, so I feel like he just lost the box entirely. I don't know, but it's not here. Dream Drop Distance was great. I actively just was not on the internet for like a year or so just to avoid spoilers. Didn't work that well. People still spoiled shit because the internet's terrible and a mistake. But playing it was super fun. It's definitely one of my favorite games, I'd say. Just like the whole aesthetic and color scheme of it, like the pinks and everything. Like the colors really pop, and I love playing as Riku. And the world selection was actually pretty good, you know. Like Country of the Musketeers is a fun world. Symphony of Sorcery is a very creative idea. It was great to go to Traverse Town and see the cast from The World Ends with You. That was super fun. But yeah, I don't have the actual game. So now we get into all the remakes that they just kept releasing over the years. And I remember I was having like an awful day. It must have been what, 2012, I guess. Yeah, because the first remake came out in 2013. So it was some day like mid 2012, I'd say. And I was having like the shittiest day, and I was like, dude, like it can't get any worse. Like I just needed something. And this was before I drank alcohol, so I couldn't even do that. And then I came home, and then I was just browsing the internet, and they were like, boom, re-releasing the first Kingdom Hearts game in HD, Final Mix, PS3. I was like, wow, guys, like this really made my day fantastic. And it's the first Kingdom Hearts game ever that I bought in Japanese. This is the Japanese version, as you might be able to see. It's kind of blurry, but I couldn't even wait for the English version to come out. I was like, no, Kingdom Hearts 1 is low-key my actual favorite, above Birth by Sleep. And so when they released this shit, man, I had to go out. I imported this bad boy so quick. It's my only Japanese language video game ever. And I adore it. The movie for 358 Days is pretty good. You know, it has Reach Out of Memories again, whatever. I was mainly just sorry. I was mainly only in this because of the first game being in HD and Final Mix. And then I bought it again in English. Now, a bit of trivia. I don't think many people notice this. In the Japanese version of Kingdom Hearts 1, the first game, HD, the ending credits is just a stretched out version of the PS2 version of the ending credits. So like all the little like pictures that come up in the character models that do whatever. And I think it's the same for Chain of Memories too. But in the Japanese version, the ending credits are just blown up versions of their PS2 counterparts. In the English version that came out later that year, they actually redid the ending credits in actual HD, so the character models that show up aren't blurry anymore and the pictures are nice and crisp. They did not do this for Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix when they released that though on PS3. So that's still super blurry, and the logo still says Kingdom Hearts 2, not Final Mix when you play it. That was kind of lazy of them. But yeah, so this is the only game that I have in both languages. I love the first game so much. And it was just fantastic to get this uh on PS3. It has a little art book too. Well, not really. It's just the game uh box, but it does have art in it. Like it's hard to really. There's Chain of Memories, and this is Sora as like a lion dude because that's what the original concept was gonna be. Um, but yeah, I love the first game so much. Then they released the second game. The artwork on this box is so bad to me. Like, it just looks so atrocious. Like everyone's just all over the place. It just looks like he just drew everyone at different points in time and then just photoshopped all their heads into like a pattern. Like, oh my god, it just, it just disgusts the artist in me. It's so ridiculous looking. Um, but yeah, it was cool because Kingdom Hearts 2 has the most uh I don't even know how to say it. It has the most in its final mix. It has so many new bosses and so many new things to do. So of course, back in the day, this was the game everybody imported for their special Japanese PS2. So finally being able to play all that extra stuff myself, it was fantastic. I never expected to be able to actually fight the Data Organization 13 members and all that stuff. Honestly, I don't know how I beat them to this day. Like, I don't know, because I've done it twice now on PS3 and the PS4 version. Like, I've beaten all of them twice. I don't know how I did that. I'm not that good of a fucking player. But but yeah, it was super crazy finally having Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix in my own hands, playable on my PS3. Shit's wild, bruh. And of course, Birth by Sleep Final Mix, but I already had that on the PSP anyway. And then the movie for Recoded was, of course, as Recoded. Hearing the Cheshire Cat talk with Winnie the Pooh's voice, because it's still like, what's his name, Jim Cummings? That was a wild trip, because I was like, whoa, why does the Cheshire Cat just sound like Winnie the Pooh? It's not even like a different voice. Like he just does the same fucking voice he does for Pooh Bear. That was hilarious and very unnerving. Um, yeah, I guess this is the next one I bought. PS4 because the geniuses at Square Enix were like, well, we gotta catch everyone up with this series. Let's put everything onto one system. Except we're gonna have Kingdom Hearts 3 on the PS4. So those two PS3 bundles are now worthless. Like you can't have it all on one system anymore. And then uh again, they're fucking geniuses. They released the third box set on the PS4 and I'm like, "Oh my god, what are you doing, guys?" This box set is just dream drop distance. Like there's no way to like sugarcoat it. It has the back cover movie which is pointless, and it has zero point 0.2 Birth by Sleep, which is just like a demo. Honestly, if zero point 0.2 Birth by Sleep was the actual prologue of Kingdom Hearts 3, I think I would like Kingdom Hearts 3 a bit more. Like the story would feel a bit more cohesive. Because Olympus Coliseum as the prologue, that's just a terrible idea. But if the prologue was just zero point 0.2, playing as Aqua, I could fuck with that. That's pretty cool. I mean, the gameplay kind of runs the same regardless. Um, but yeah, 2.8 is just like, it's whatever. I did have fun being able to play Dream Drop Distance for the first time in like, what, 7 years since I lost the original. But yeah, it's whatever. And then I swore I wasn't gonna do it and buy all the games for like the third fucking time but I had to stream these games on the PS4. I had to stream for you guys, for our fans, and you can't stream PS3 games, not that I'm aware of, at least not easily. So I had to buy the 1.5 plus 2.5 set for the PS4. So now I have Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 1 HD Japanese, Kingdom Hearts 1 HD English, and then Kingdom Hearts 1 HD PS4. And it's really funny. I mean, this is a convenient thing to have because I'm always using my PS4 anyway, so I'm just like, yeah, let's just play some Kingdom Hearts, you know? Um, I would have liked maybe new artwork instead of just taking the two other box arts and just kind of putting them side by side. But whatever. Whatever. It's cool. It has everything in it, but not really, because then they released the All for One package, like the story so far, which is that, and then 2.8, because they realized that they released them on different consoles before, and now like, oh, we can just put them together. It's fantastic. It's a great idea, right? No, you should have just done that in the first place. And then we finally get to the ending of the Xehanort Saga, Kingdom Hearts 3, which came out this year. And if you've seen my review video, you already know I don't really care for this game. It definitely has some good moments in it. But yeah, so this came out this year, and it is a game. And oh yeah, there's also Union Cross. There's no physical version of that, or Unchained Key, I guess. I do have that on my phone. I played it. Well, I've been playing it since it debuted. Debuted, right? I don't know. In English, you know, however many years ago it was. I don't play it much anymore because it's an awful game. But I do have like all the current strong medals because my brother always tells me when to log in and get the new Kairi stuff because Kairi's the only good medal in the game. And you know, I watch the story updates as they flitter in from Japan every month or so. Apparently, there's some cool stuff gonna be happening next month in October with Union Cross's story, but I don't care. I'm just waiting to learn. I'm just waiting to see Luxord and Demyx just so I can learn their real names. Their names should have been revealed back in 2009 when they had a game devoted to the entirety of Organization 13, but I'm not going to dwell on that, guys. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. It came and went, I'd say. It definitely had an impression for a little bit. I mean, of course, if you like the game, good job. Have fun with it. I just don't really care for it. So I guess you could say as the years went on, my I guess excitement. Well, no, that's not even fair to say because I was excited up until this game's released. And then my I guess investment kind of fizzled out after playing it. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what they come out with next, but I don't think I'll ever be as hyped for the franchise again as I was like back in like Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance times, or even 12 months ago even. Because it's not even nostalgia, it's just I don't know. But yeah, that's my timeline of the Kingdom Hearts series. It's crazy how it's been 17 years already. I mean, not for me. It's been like what, 13 years or so for me, but still 13 years. I'm 27. That's half my life, right? I think I'm 27. I'm either 27 or 28. I don't know anymore. Either way, it's about half my life that I've been a fan of this franchise. Yeah, it's had its ups and downs for sure, and I've had fun playing almost every game. And it makes you wonder how much longer the franchise is going to go on for. Probably a while, I'd say. I'd say that Nomura has enough ideas to keep making games for a while, as long as Disney keeps biting. But yeah, I don't know how to close this video out, but yeah, that's my fucking collection. It's Kingdom Hearts, guys. How are you guys celebrating the 17th anniversary of my phone camera blurring up on me. Let me know how you guys are handling that. There we go. And yeah, happy 17th birthday to Kingdom Hearts in America. And yeah, tell me your stories, I guess, in the comment section down below. And of course, like, subscribe. We need both of those. And stay tuned for more videos to come. Hopefully, episode 3 of KH3 Abridged, excuse me again, will be out soon. Have a good day, guys.